wasn't. It wasn't.
They sold the name. Yeah, they sold the name. Mako. All right, here we go. It's running, man. All right. Welcome to another episode of Hooked Up Fishing, man. And guess what's happening, man? I'm on the boat with Fishing with a Mission, man. And that's how things happen, you know. I messaged him, and then he told me, if I get the story right, didn't you say you were already watching me? And had,
Yes, sir.
And it's just too cool, like I said, because it's a godsend, you know. That's just how, that's what's been happening. Like the guys that are in my kayak group, one I came and I did his kayak the other day, and he was like, well, I go to this church right around, and I said, well, I grew up in that church.
Right.
And you know, it's just, I don't know. I get amazed at how he does things, you know. But,
absolutely.
That's what we're doing, man. We're going to do some crappie fishing, y'all. So y'all get ready. It's going to be some live action, I'm pretty sure. I'll get to put these hard hitter hand ties on these crappie while he's throwing the plastics on them. Yeah, you are super small on the cart.
Yeah, they used to sell them at Academy, and then Academy quit carrying them, and I found a guy on eBay who was selling 200 or 300 of them.
But Academy by my house has those.
Oh, they do?
I didn't get them.
Really?
Because it's got the put your line through.
Right.
And that's probably better because you don't have to do this, what I got. This keep.
Right.
You can adjust it and stick it on. Well, you live and learn. The ones I passed up are the ones I should have kept.
We'll hit this spot right here first. This shoreline right here in that grass.
When you said pink and chartreuse, I tied pink and chartreuse.
That looks nice because this is what we've been catching them on.
Well, for taking me, guess what? You're gonna get some hard hitter hand ties,
I'll
man.
take them. I'll take them for sure.
I know.
So I watch all your Lake Houston stuff. My girl.
But I could have told you that. Anytime you bring somebody, they're not gonna do what they were doing the other day. Because I mean that video, every time you threw it.
It might be color. It might be that we just need to slow it down. It might be that we need to speed it up. It just, in the last couple of days, man, you could see them in this grass right here on this right-hand side.
It's crazy.
They'd come up and they'd swirl and flip bait out.
It's a weird morning, man, because it cooled off.
We were over here, there they are, in the back. You see them?
I saw that now. They're deeper.
The other day I was fishing the back of this and my fiance couldn't cast all the way to the back. And she started catching fish right here in front of us. And I was like, oh.
Unreal. Yeah, I got it in my mind that they were in one place when I... Nice fish too. They got all that color here. That's a beautiful fish in here, man, because of the lake.
Out here with the hard hitter today. Ski to D, getting it done.
Oh, man. That's a beautiful fish, though. That's what I love, how colorful they were.
But he was right here off of this.
I saw that. But they're probably all over.
Just as I was talking about her catching them right here off of it.
Yep. That's what they wanted. They want the camera on. Guys, we're, of course, every time somebody tells you about a spot being hot, those fish know it, and they say, we're going to show him. He wouldn't tell somebody. But guess what? Hard hitter hand tie, man.
You called it with the camera, too.
Yep. Nice. I'm talking about. That's the action we came for. I don't have a rod ruler, but...
That's a keeper fish.
Yeah, I know from being on the water with crappie forever and a day. He's got rod rulers that are neat, man. Look like they're made on there.
They are.
Oh yeah, that's probably because these rods probably cost what?
Man, we bought them at Academy back in the day for $20. We bought every one of them they had. Now they want $60 for them.
Is this with that eagle on there? Is that
Eagle Claw?
Eagle Claw?
Yes, sir. 6 foot.
And the line starts here?
Yes. Oh yeah, that's a 12-inch fish.
12-inch fish. Unreal. That's crazy, man. Eagle claw. And your live wells
Right
right
there.
there?
Probably full already.
Yep.
I can turn it off.
Well, hot pink, y'all. He said, pink and chartreuse is what I've been getting them on. I'm like, okay, all right. So I tied some last night, y'all. That's what I tied. Overhanding it. Nope, overhand ain't gonna get it either. There, maybe that's it. He called it. He said, move up a little bit. He ate that thing.
Yeah, my dad will call me 20 times when we're out there. Y'all catch anything? Y'all catch anything?
He likes it that much too.
Yeah, he does.
And that, you know, that bait you using is actually a bigger bait, but a lighter, you know, a lighter carp.
Right.
So,
Lighter jig.
right.
Something about that spot. There's a bucket.
Like when it gets in there, they smoke it. What I do know for a fact that smaller baits will get you bit a whole lot quicker than bigger baits sometimes. So that's why, you know, I was surprised when I seen the size of your bait. I was like, man.
I mean, you ever see those things at Academy called scissor shads? They got the little frog legs on the back of them.
2 of them, yeah. I seen the one with 3 called a joker.
Yeah, well, we don't ever use that one. We use that scissor shad one.
Uh-huh.
And man, the big crappie love that thing. The little crappie won't touch it. See, I mean, you'll catch 8 fish all day, but that 8 fish
All will
catch
be
all
big
day
ones.
is monster.
I got some other natural colors, like silver.
Right. I just, you know.
But I thought about like the coloration of the water here. That ain't a good color because this guy Reggie, he has one of those color charts. You know, I don't know all of that stuff, but I'm learning it from these guys that's what they do. And he actually takes it and it shows a different, you know, color bait for Conroe versus, you know, Lake Houston,
Right.
because of the water clarity. And I was like, man, there's that sun. That might make all the difference in the world. Whenever you see a bird like that, there's fish.
Yeah, he was right here in this grass here. And
Yeah.
I caught him in that grass. I caught him in all of this grass. But this year,
It
in
looks fishy.
particular, they've been on the right hand side of this bridge and the left hand side of this bridge, and hadn't really been.
They like that up there. They do. It tends to be culverts and drains. They like that stuff.
Well, and their natural migration is to go as far up a creek as they can, and that's
This is it.
Data reminder.
Because it dead ends on the other side, huh?
Hello. Hey, what's up? We've got three in the live well. Yeah, it's pretty slow. But pressure's acting weird. It's supposed to start dropping after about 10:30, 11. So they should pick up. We're just picking one fish. There he is, right there. All right, they're in this grass. All right, I gotta go.
This is a good fish too. Good. So I got all of that. Your dad's call and the fish.
All right, I gotta get off the phone, man. I'm really fish. He does that to me all the time too.
Well,
Catch anything?
he's
No, man, I ain't
checking.
catching nothing, and then I catch one. Like that big catfish I caught the other day.
Uh-huh.
I was on the phone with him. You're gone, yeah. I was fixing to say.
He slowly took that down. It's a weird bite.
It is a super weird bite, but I mean,
I had to get used to it because he just slowly sunk the cork. His temperature is up, man, because these fish are warm.
super warm.
That's what blew me away just then. I was like, wait a minute. It just, wow, that's crazy. God.
Got another one right there. Camera died, missed him. But we're putting together a pretty decent box today,
Yes, sir.
one by one.
Pressure's up high. You know, just a lot of different factors today, so it'll be a different type of fish, but this is how you get better. Tough days make better fishermen. Anybody can catch them when it's easy.
Well, he was out here.
Yep,
so
he was.
might-
That's why.
We might need to go a little deeper. It's pretty deep out here.
Yeah, if he came up for it, you're right.
This
Yep, look at that.
right here in this washout, there's a hole that's about 10 foot deep in the wash.
Probably when that water was
Mm.
pouring out of there, it washed that
And
area out.
it pours out of there pretty frequently. I mean, it hadn't rained in a month, and there's still water coming out.
Trying to come out of it. I'll go down some if we end up having to, but
I might even throw that free line in there, work it across the bottom. See what happens. Now there are some rocks down there and some stumps that washed out that you get hung up on, but it's
yeah, he was out when he sunk that thing. Yeah, I'm gonna let him go back just for the heck of it.
I mean, he's probably 10.
Yeah, but I'm gonna let him go back.
This one's 10 and a half.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
a bigger fish.
Almost.
I'll measure him, but
You keep what you want. I mean, if you want to keep him,
no. I know. See that?
lay him out and get a.
Yeah, he's
Barely 10.
yeah. I can look at him. Been doing it too long, but
Lay him out. We'll lay him out at the
I
end.
still can't get a pattern because this fish here at the boat.
This one hit right here at the boat.
Well, I ain't going for it then.
Well, and it makes it hard to move on up in here and fish the concrete when you're catching them.
Right. Because I mean, hit it right in here, you know.
I will say, my cork wasn't moving at all.
Yep, I noticed
It
that.
was sitting completely still because I was watching you, and when I looked back, it was gone. So, slowing it down, I guess.
I think that may be the ticket because they're not, you know, they're not aggressive, so they're not going to chase it. One good thing, they ain't, you know, we ain't scaring them none. We got this big old boat right here. They come right up to this. I don't care nothing about that boat. Give me that jig. No.
I mean, we put a boat in here, I mean, every couple of days, if not every day, you know.
I want to change colors. I want to try different stuff, but man, it gets hard, especially when, you know, it just,
When you caught a fish on the color,
yeah, you know, and you already told me, you know, it's like I'm not hard-headed. And I started to. I was like, I'm going to go and show them I can catch them on other colors. I got to sit up there in my tie station. I tied exactly what you said, pinks and blacks. I was like, I ain't going to sit there and fight, you know, when I don't have to. I finally sprayed something on the bait. Let's see.
we caught both of those fish when that sun was out, didn't we?
Yep, when it peaked out for a minute. And not a whole lot of movement, just,
Sitting there.
yeah. And my cork, it was a weird go down. It was just like,
Yeah, I didn't even see mine go down. I just looked back at it.
look at that.
Hey,
Look at that. That's a better fish. So,
you're still
no
real
movement.
shallow, too.
Yeah, no movement. And he ate the thing. Look at that. It's gone. It's gone, man. That jig is out of there.
Did you ever turn your camera back on?
Is it? Nope. It's one of those days. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can save your life, buddy. I finger him too sometimes, but he got that deep. I'm going to get those needle nose if you have to.
I think I got it.
You got it? He's
Yeah,
close
little-
again. They're small.
Oh,
I'm
hold
gonna-
on, too.
Look at this crazy. Right over there.
Weird
Now this is the deal. He's catching this big old fat rascals and I'm catching these I gotta kind of look and see if he's nope.
Nope.
Gotta go back. You know, they're 10, but man, that's a beautiful fish, man.
And we hadn't even caught the big ones yet.
Fishing on a mission is on a mission. Yep. I say the hard hitter never quitter won't stop till the fish get bigger. I'm gonna have to hurry up and make them get bigger, but I did find them. They're on this shoreline over here, and they don't want you to move it very fast today.
And he didn't even take me under. He stood me up and then just kind of held it there.
I just turned around and, well, I had the camera on, and next thing I know, I'm on. I'm like, that happened fast. Look at this, man. They're here. I found the side, but not the size.
You just keep catching those little ones.
Yeah,
Like catching big
look at this. God, dog. Hey, look, go tell your buddies, you know what? I'm going to put a bigger hand tie on or something, man. Run you little rascals off. Put my creature bait on. Thank you for the fight, though, little buddy. Let me swim again. I guess that's what they're doing to me because I'm the one who found the side they're on. Rascals are over there, stacked up over there, man. Don't move it fast. That's what they said. Just slow down a little bit, man. Pressure's up. We'll take care of the rest for you. Where's my big fish? Don't do that. What are you mad about?
He's mad at us over here in his spot.
Oh no, there's two birds fighting.
I looked away and looked back and it was gone.
Gone.
They don't want it to move at all.
It's crazy. And you were out.
Mm-hmm. There's another cute fish too.
And look, you're a little deeper too.
My cork, I think my cork was sliding on me. Yeah, he's dead anyways, but that's a
Yeah.
large fish.
Golly, man. Well, took us a while, but looked like we done found the hot spot, y'all. Get a little deeper.
The people that live, the guy that lives right here, he's mean. And the people that live here are super nice. They gave me permission to walk the bank down through here.
It's crazy.
These
You
guys-
get them, you know.
This guy here, he come down one day shooting it was a BB gun. Ended up being a BB gun, but it was looked like an AR.
A automatic BB gun, yeah.
And came walking down here telling us we need to get out. This was his code. We were trespassing. Oh golly, I missed him. I looked away, looked back at you, missed him.
It's crazy.
And he was shooting and then he started shooting a BB gun into the water. Said he was shooting at snakes, but we know he was shooting in the water trying to keep us out. And one ended up ricocheting off the water and hit a tree behind us. And oh, there they are.
It's crazy.
Oh, you're gone, yeah.
Whoa! He's eating that bait up, man. Okay, I want to change colors because apparently black and chartreuse wants to catch
And they're
the
hitting,
throwbacks.
they're hitting my pink and yellow too.
And there's,
Oh God, go back there. I missed him again.
God, this is
Yeah, he
fun
said-
though.
Yeah, it is. And my dad told him, he's like, dude, one more of those hits this freaking tree behind me, we're gonna have a problem. And then he wanted to, y'all are trespassing, this and that. And I'm gonna call the cops until y'all get out of here. And Dad's like, well, go ahead and call the cops. I got something to tell them too about you shooting that freaking BB gun at us. And I had a video from Shane, that other YouTuber guy, the casting guy,
That caught him.
that had him on video shooting. Oh, golly.
You're hot
Shooting
over there.
his- coming down here and shooting a shotgun in the water to keep him out. So I sent
Yeah,
that
he's
video to
borderline
the
gonna
police.
get himself in a bunch of
Yeah.
trouble.
I sent the video to the police and they wrote him a ticket for discharging
Discharging
a firearm
Whoa! That's a crappie.
in a residential area. And saying we hadn't had a problem with him since. They wrote that ticket. Was it a skinny one, huh?
Yeah, skinny rascal. And I get a fillet off of him. He's all head, short and squatty, all head, no body. I got some sayings, man. Fishing so long.
I love to hear him.
Yeah.
I missed him again.
Man, they're smoking the baits, though.
That can't be a crappie.
Might be a brim. You know what? You need to go fatten up. I'll let you make it, because I know if I run my fillet knife down the side of you and get that little bit of meat, I'm gonna be mad, mad, mad. I went a little deeper like you were, and starting to get them.
And that skinny fish there would be the best potato chip you ever had.
Yeah, he was a pretty fish. Probably would have ate good. I think we're gonna have a good day after all. If we're doing this good and it's kind of slow.
And really, because it's, well, I know you're traveling with them, but I was gonna say, if they never left the neighborhood is
Private.
well, they want you to keep everything. They want you to keep every fish you catch. Because the
Population. Well, don't think it's just the neighborhood. If you go to Turtle Bayou in December and January, if the game warden catches you throwing a fish back, you'll get a ticket.
Really?
They want you to
Where
keep
is-
them. Turtle Bayou is Anahuac,
okay,
Texas.
okay.
And it's great flounder fishing in Anahuac. Well, this year was kind of off, but man, they got a private, well, not a private pier, Fort Anahuac. They have a Gator Fest there, because you know it's gators. It's kind of halfway brackish, because you could stop at Turtle Bayou and catch crappie, and keep going to Fort Anahuac and catch flounder.
Really?
Like 2 mile radius, maybe 2 miles down the
You're
road.
gonna have to take me to do that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's too
sounds-
cool. You bring your kayak, and you just bring your crappie stuff and your flounder stuff.
That's so crazy.
Yep, like November, December, October.
Now I have a buddy of mine that goes down there and duck hunts all the time.
Right.
Yeah, I don't ever get invited, but
I heard they're oily and greasy anyway. So
man,
let's say
did I put that man?
no.
I'm
Don't
sorry,
worry. No, I keep a finger, because
kept-
I know what I do. That ain't
put
no
that
problem.
back in the rod holder.
No. That ain't, look, it didn't do no harm, no foul. Ain't worrying about that. Look at that. Camera off, guys, and free lining. Better fish free lining too. Man, it's pretty crappie, man.
I think yours is female. Males get that darker.
Yeah, that's a bigger fish though, man. God.
11-incher.
Yep, all these are 9, 10s. I'm gonna get a little deeper, like you said, that free lining. You were free lining, I know you were a little deeper then. Golly, man, they're smoking it though. That's what's cool.
They picked up, didn't they?
Yep, quick.
Well, either.
Oh, where we're at too.
Yeah, yeah,
You came in as cold.
What's funny is though, is that I haven't had any luck right here until today.
So I say it's just
It just been
it's been sporadic like that with where I've been fishing. And Lucius is just, you know, one day they're here, one day they're somewhere else. Just real different.
my dad and my grandfather used to go to Lucy Bayou all the time. When we lived in town,
Mhm.
I was real little, and I thought I had a cork. Set the hook, but
He hit it.
well, no, he didn't hit it.
Oh, you thought your crock was gone.
Yeah, I thought my cork was
Gotcha.
gone when it hit the water. But we used to go over there, and they'd catch crappie, and then my grandfather passed away, and my dad just couldn't ever go back.
Yeah, bothering. Yeah. So my grandmother and my Aunt Ruby, they all took me, you know, when I was a kid. Oh, that was the only time I would minnow fish, is when I would go with my Aunt Ruby, because she was a slip bobber queen, man.
Really?
She had this plastic, like cards.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's
Look
a
at him.
nice fish, man. That is a hog, man.
Golly.
That's a hog. I'm finna free line. Jeez, man, that's a pig,
Stay
dude.
on there.
That is a pig crappie right there, brother. He ate it.
Yeah.
He ate it. Look at the head on that. You know why you can't see him? Because that's a slab. Good
I laughed so
night,
hard when
man.
you said that in that video the other day.
Shoot,
I said that to my dad the other day. I was like, hey,
that
when we
is
were in
a
the boat.
hog, man.
Yeah. Now, if we could put 50 of those in the boat, that'd be something.
Might be time to free line. Or get deeper. Good night, man. He ate that thing. I mean, he disappeared that night. That's why when you were like fighting him, I was like, you can pick that up. That bait's gone, man.
But you called it. You said where that bird was.
Yep.
And he's still chilling.
They don't tell you no story. Them birds there.
I let that thing sink all the way to the bottom, made about 3 cranks, and he was on it. Just barely bumped it. He didn't smack it. He
Yeah, just
Boom.
inhaled it. That's why it was so deep. He inhaled that bait. I've been wanting to tie me some
There
roadrunner,
he is.
some roadrunner heads. I went a little deeper, better fish. Oh my goodness! That's why I said better fish. Hey man, let me tell you something. You're not a crappie, okay? This is a crappie jig. Do you understand that? So from future reference, thank you for the fight. Get out of here. Got me all excited. Thought I had me a hog. Jeez Louise. I went deeper though. Getting a lot more action. You call that for sure. He was like, it's deeper right here.
But that's kind of what I was talking about. How you pull up and boom, there they are. And we went from having 3 fish in the boat to 15, you know.
Smoking them. Would have had more, but I was just being, you know. But that's how you end up getting big fish. Is
Just letting the little ones go.
yep. It's happened to me way too many times.
I saw that thing shoot back under. I thought you had one. And you know, I was doing the math, and only like, I think it was a third of the people, 33% of the people watched the whole video. But I mean, that's 10,000 people that heard the word.
Yes,
that day.
and one day, man, I was like, well, it doesn't have to be one day, but oh, I was like,
I tell you what, I had my sister's ex-boyfriend was, he wasn't an atheist, but he didn't know what he thought.
lost,
And he was
just
he
lost,
was lost. He was lost.
just
right?
lost. That's all.
And it bugged my sister because she's been a believer her whole life, you know. And if you're not well versed in the scriptures, you can't answer their questions.
You can't help them. Yeah,
And
you
they
can't.
ask you questions and you can't answer them, and they're like, well, do you even believe what you're talking
Right.
about?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's where you always have to be. That's why they tell you to study, because you know it's tough when they're doubtful, and they're doubtful because they're lost, and you know that's why they was, you know, he rejoices so much over a loss soul, but better than one righteous person, you know, because it's sometimes hard to reach them. You know, that's why they used to do the signs and miracles, because they just can't grasp that concept. They can't believe. They're so in touch with, I can touch this, but spirit, there's no physical there. So
Was that you or was that me?
probably me dying.
Because mine's
Nope,
off.
mine's on his own.
I guess I feel called, you know, to do something else to make it.
I turned it on right on time.
to
Smaller fish, but yeah.
to learn how to live
Right.
according to the Lord, and I talked to him for a while and back and forth, and we talked and talked and talked, and he asked me questions, and I sent him scriptures to read and asked me more questions, and I sent him more stuff, and then one day he reached out to me and was like, hey, I want to be baptized. And I was like, well, that's awesome. And he's like, and I want you to baptize.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, well, cool. And he actually, we went to the Lake Houston Wilderness Park because he's from Kingwood.
Right.
And I baptized him there in that Peach Creek.
My goodness, man.
And I tell you, I can't tell you how it felt.
It's gratification, man, because you want, like you said, you wanted so much to try to get him, but he had to be, it came to him eventually. In other words, everything that you may have said to him earlier, or just sometimes
God opened his eyes.
Yeah, and then sometimes loss does that. See, he lost the relationship with your sister. He was lost, and that's when he started searching for answers, and it came to him.
And when he talks about doing his will and being joyful in it, in anything, it doesn't really make any sense to you until you start doing his will, until you start doing the things he's called us to do, and man, it just...
That's why that faith is so important. If you step out on it, that it does it for you, because you see it, come to fruition, just by doing the right thing, your blessings come, or like meeting you, or little things that, you begin to know that, hey, he's doing this. Everybody that I've got with in a group here recently, they come to my house and we're in the garage and I'm doing this kayak, and the next thing I know, the guy, I'm here because I'm a diehard Christian,
Right.
I watch your channel because I know that you speak about the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit all the time, and that's what I want to do. You don't have that great big group of followers like some people, or other guys that got 30,000, subscribers.
Well, it's easy to get lost in the me.
Well, he said great will be the number that perish. So I don't need a big, I don't need all the Star Spangled Banner. I just want to get to those that I can save.
That he brings us to.
Yeah, and that's it. YouTube don't have to be big. Nothing has to do anything. If I just complete the mission of telling people, hey, look, man, follow him. Follow him, believe in him, have faith. That's it. Nothing else. I mean, there's no other calling. What other calling is there? None of the stuff you could take with you.
Right.
I mean, cars, the fancy stuff. Nope, I got my kayak because I love to fish and I was feeding my mom. That was important. That's why I got a Hobie. That's why I got live scope, because I had to get her fish. It wasn't, I didn't have live scope at first. I wasn't going to worry about buying it because it just wasn't, so. All right, guys, we're back where we started. And I actually caught a first on a green and gold. It's a good spot though. Oh yeah, it's a limb over there, maybe not. Oh, bird, don't leave. You run the bait out here and the crappie are eating the bait. And our jigs. The snake that left, yeah, good, he left. Because in Turtle Bayou we were talking about it anyway, man, you don't put crappie on the side of the boat.
Really, because of snakes?
Man. Or, even being in the boat. They'll get curious and come up, try to see what it is. There's this gray bird, I think it's called an Ingrid. That's the one Dave would always tell me to look for.
That's what that is. That's neat.
Oh, don't jig it by that crappie, man.
Oh, God. Dang, that was a good one too.
On that orange. What happened? You can't do that, man. Don't do me like that. Like, I'm gonna show you. You ain't ready for us in the lake, buddy.
That was a good one too.
I saw him come up. I don't know how you got to spit that. It's all right. I see where that little butts are at over there. He wants me to jig it. Got my cast down to a science.
You definitely dialed it in. That's
Yep. Bet you won't do it again. That's what Pee-wee said.
Katie Redhart.
Bet you won't do it again. I got bold enough to, try something different. I said, well, let me try. I know my hand ties are pretty dadgum persuasive to these rascals. See if I can.
I'm impressed with them anyway.
I gotta be able to coax them into, and I'm gonna leave you with some of those colors. That way, I know you'll, get a good day and come smack the stew out of it. Uh-oh.
Didn't put those down.
Nope, got excited. I told you, all it takes is for you to get excited. Like, I ain't putting nothing down, I'm fishing. But I always keep my finger on my bell. I've done it too many times. Bass fishing, all kind of fishing. The tree. Man, you never backlash when you grab stuff behind you. No, because I got my thumb on there, and until I see it freely rolling, it's different now. It was hot earlier.
That's a skinny one. Ooh, about went down.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Don't fall in. Be cold for real.
Well, I think the water's probably warmer than
Yeah, water is, but once you come out of it, you're like, I need to go to the car.
We're done. It's fun.
I'm about to freeze. Oh, he sunk that. It's a good fish. Want that orange. A fat rascal. That's the one I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Look got some elbows and sides. Some shoulders, as they say. Man, what a difference a little time period makes. Not a day, just a different part of the day. Keep a fish.
Isn't that funny though? That we fished this out earlier and didn't catch it?
Hard. I mean, we worked it. Come right back. Ooh.
Yep, that's good. Where was that? In front of that dirt?
Behind him. I don't know if it was a bass or something, but it was in that grass. I was a little tighter when I got hit, but I might as well work it back. Right in there. God.
Oh, we got off.
I
Dang.
know what I got to do. I got a weed guard on here.
Oh, you
I
got
don't-
that hook set.
Yeah. Jeez. But they let me dial into where they're at, though. Right about up in here. Okay, we just perfect. That's about where they're wanting to smoke it at.
We were catching them off of this grass here, weren't we?
Yeah, before we caught some fish before we went up in there. That's all I remember. I know we did catch some fish. And you caught them. Yep, you caught them on that side. I caught them on this side. And you even caught one free lining in the middle. So, yep. And let me know, and I'll put the pole down. But we also said when we were here, we didn't have to because it was deeper, or the wind wasn't.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I mean. We didn't have to put the pole down because of the wind. But you were busting them on that side. I was busting them on this side. And then you stopped and said, forget it. I'm on a free line, and you hit some monsters. Finally, when I didn't have the camera on, one of my better fishes, and that orange is working, y'all. Or is it the garlic? I don't know. But, ooh. See, I'm glad I turned it on. He's free lining up out of this deep hole over here, man. So I went down a little deeper, and the pressure has been up real high today, y'all. So, every trip is a learning curve. These fish tend to be hugging the bottom in deeper water, or if you do get them, they're up against, the end of the structure up there, way up front. If you get them a little shallow, but for the most part, he made several casts with a cork, nothing, and then turned around and went freelining and came through there, and boom. And I went a little deeper over here to this shoreline where I'm fishing, and boom. Earlier, they didn't want you moving the cork at all. They wanted it almost drifting through there. Now, I'm finessing the baits back, and they're smashing the thing. And he's definitely moving the bait because he's freelining and trolling back. So just throughout the day, as the pressure started to drop, afternoon, because it's afternoon now, like 1 o'clock, they want you moving the bait more, and the bites are a little bit more aggressive. Earlier this morning, they were just sinking the cork slow. Now they're crashing the thing. So it's a learning curve for y'all. Better bites were up against it almost.
For sure.
They're either back there or all the way up there. No in betweens. It's like, that'll go one. That's a brim.
Well, I think it's just a little crappie. Right up against that grass where that bird was.
Told you.
Oh no, it's a.
Gargle eye. I told you.
He knew.
that's-
He knew.
That's what's. I could tell when you were getting that bite, it wasn't sinking it. Little rascal there was. I'm a crappie.
He tried.
Starting to smack it and eating them up on that orange. Trying to figure them out, like, okay, not right up on it, it's not right where they were earlier.
But it's something.
They're just in a different spot, but they're there. Well, you can, when your dad asks, you can say, well, it was one spot that was the hottest of all spots today. Now, that means tomorrow it won't be. It's one of them days where your numbers, because of how it is, pressure, crappie are real moody. Any subtle change, water level, all that affects them. I want to throw where that peat moss is at, but it's kind of thick. Yep. Knew that. I was hoping it was just surface stuff, but nope. It's real thick. Can't fish by it, close to it, or nothing. That's the kind of stuff you throw up in there. 10-pound largemouth. That's a good one too. You worked that back from that shore, came up the shoreline and got it.
I watched him come out of that grass though.
They're camera shy, so when I turn the camera off, they're biting. All right. This is my first real pretty fish of the day, man. Golly.
Look, he's got a hook. He's got a hook spot in the corner of his mouth.
Yep, somebody had him before.
Huh.
Miss, but
He
Miss is a lady's name,
go
man.
back.
I missed a couple of days on tape, so I made up for it. I got one that's been getting away. I actually caught a smart fish, a slick fish. Finessed him out of that corner. I kept working it and throwing that bait in there. I tried slowing it down, and now they seem to want you to pop the jig and work it out of the pocket and make some noise, draw their attention, get a strike. So another learning curve for y'all, man. Fish are change patterns throughout the day. I'm sticking with this orange and chartreuse, y'all, that I've been using on Lucius constantly. That I can't hardly take off the hook. And they responded well to it. I had some brim bites on it earlier in a slip we went in where he caught a big black bass. And I said, you know what, if this brim are bumping it, maybe the crappie will eat it. And
Oh, did you see him swirl by it?
he's going to come back and get it. I see the swirl. That ain't your cork swirl. Oh,
It hit the water and then that swirl showed up around the cork.
might have scared him, but or startled him. They ain't acting real skinnish. They're hitting the thing. After I'm popping it, they're coming in there smashing. But getting too excited, I forgot where I was at when I hit that fish.
You were in that corner.
Over there?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, you were just barely bumping it and then it took off.
Orange and chartreuse. He put it right on. And instantly. And look how he gut shot at that. He didn't play with that. He ate it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he
You might
gotta
open
go.
that for me. I'm
He
just
gotta go.
trying to keep that blood off there.
Out of the boat, yeah, that's what you have to do. So, that Joe Dirt, that orange, that's the color. Now I gotta find one because my buddy with that daggum quick connect. It's a way to quickly lose a fish. That's what I'm gonna call it.
It did. I popped that one time. Oop, there it is again.
Now that's living proof. We've been throwing in that area all day. And that's a good fish. He put on that orange and chartreuse.
That's a big female.
That's
too.
a nice fish, man.
Ellie, most of these fish we caught today are females. You know?
So if y'all want to know, you ain't gotta ask nobody. Orange just went crazy for that, man. That's crazy.
After catching them on every other color this
Yeah.
morning.
But now that is more constant. I mean, that's 2 in a row on it. Instantly.
Really, it's 3 in a row because yours.
Mine, yeah. Well, I caught a couple already on it, but dang, not like that. Like, I knew it though. I mean, it's been working. You know, I hadn't took it off in 3 trips over there in Lucius. I'm serious. And my buddy's been telling me, I'm getting them on red and white. And one of them said, you know, gold and chartreuse. I tied some the other day. But I daggum sure ain't put them on yet. Cause,
It's glowing in the water though.
yeah,
I
that
mean, that
thing
looks great in the water.
shows up, man. They call it Joe Dirt. It's a guide in Conroe, the one told me about it. He called it Joe Dirt. He said whenever he's struggling, no matter what, he puts that on. I got a weird design in it.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
creature bait with all
Uh-huh.
kind of stuff going on.
But I mean, that's pretty
Yeah.
much it though.
Yep. Going with it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. And they start eating it over there. Cause we worked that area good.
Because there's a bucket right there. If you get in that bucket, it's gone.
Man, that's crazy, man. That thing worked like wildfire quick. I mean, 2 fish back to back.
That's not
Consecutive
what you need.
casts, yeah. Consecutive casts. Eating that color up, man.
It smells like a burning clutch or somebody with e-brakes on.
Well, you know, it's a bunch of people drive out of the driveway with the mercy brake down. Riding like the law.
I didn't smell it until that pool truck drove by.
Yep.
But he probably did.
Got his brake down or something. Man.
So
I want every advantage I can get because I know how, you know, tough they can get on sometimes. So, I don't know, some people get away with that. Right there.
I saw the swirl against the bank,
And you
and I dropped it right in front of that grass, and it disappeared.
crazy, they're here. But that orange, man, I'm telling you, now you know. I'll tell your dad just pop it out on his next trip.
And I'd be like, man, don't even get just sit down, sit down and watch this. But this is a female too.
Yep. Good solid fish, man. Ooh,
Right there too.
God, oh man.
He's just sitting right on top of it. That's
Oh
another female.
my goodness, man. Jesus Christ. Then I put that orange on and they're eating this thing, man.
Dude, we are freaking slamming them now.
Oh God, dog.
The pressure started dropping. About 1 o'clock. Dude, when we got back in here, now we're just black. We probably had 15 fish all day. And now I think we probably put 15 more in the boat in 10 minutes. Now I am, believe me now. We're catching fish though. Yeah, that's about it right there. Oh, no, he's got another one. Alright, I gotta get off phone.
Oh God.
Hey, cancel. I told you it was going to. We don't ever have class on Wednesdays.
God dang.
Alright, I gotta get off phone. I love you. Oh, pulling in a fish right now.
Oh God. Oh my goodness, man. That's unreal. I mean, we worked this area and worked this area and worked this area, and now it's like Christmas in March.
Well, that's the difference, I guess, between coming out here at 7 o'clock in the morning and going home in 2 hours with 15 fish. When
Right.
If you just stuck it out and kept on going, you end up with a limit of them, you know?
Well, we did do our work. We read the pressure. We, used what we know, which is, I've told you that it's okay if it's high, but it's got to move. It can't just sit still.
Right here. I wouldn't even.
No, I got mine right there
It's been
too.
sitting right off the grass. That's crazy. Golly, no, that's a nice one.
Whoa. My goodness, man.
That is golly, that's a good one. Look at him. That might be the biggest one of the day.
Oh, that's I couldn't reel my line because I didn't have my line. I had my thumb on it.
That's a big one.
On that funny looking orange thing that I grabbed out of there, that I tied this bait. I may have tied this bait 2 or 3 years ago and never put it in the water and just said, you know what? I lost my other orange, but that was, that's why I say sometimes things happen for a reason. And all I had was this one. And they are cooking that thing, man. Jeez Louise. Just leave the live well up, man. God, dog. Both of us. I mean, I can't believe the way they're just eating this thing, man. It's like if you put it over there.
Still recording too.
Yeah, I am too. Scary.
I saw that one flash and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that body's when you turn sideways. And I didn't have my reel lock because I was like, thumbing and free. I wasn't about to try to change it up and click the reel. I just pulled the line with my hand. God. Make you a believer quick.
One morning, my buddy Logan and I, the same one that I was talking about bass fishing earlier,
Mhm.
we sat right here on this culvert, and we had 44, 42 of them when we left, and we left them biting, and we weren't keeping anything under 11. All of our fish were over 11, 11 and a half.
Y'all sitting on that culvert killing the fish.
Just every cast, and I mean every cast for about an hour, and a guy drove by and was like, "Dang, y'all are killing them. How many you got?" I walked over there, and I pulled the stringer up. When I pulled the stringer up, there were fish from here to my feet, and we were just giggling like little girls. And I was like, "Dude, Logan, we're gonna be cleaning fish for 2 days."
Oh yeah, yeah. That's no. I got me a bubble. At first I was talking crap about it. I wasn't gonna get one. I went and got me a bubble blade. You know, because they actually have a fillet blade in there that's good enough for you to just don't lose no meat. Because there was so many, you know, fillet knives, electric ones that were out that I just wouldn't tell nobody to
I
buy.
tell you, Mr. Twister, the Mr. Twister fillet knife,
Yeah.
the orange and yellow one.
Right.
I've cleaned more crappie on those. Are the best fillet knives on the market, in my opinion. Electric knives,
Right.
Rapala,
Yeah, Rapala.
anything. So many views you get on it.
Through on the opposite side. It's hard to leave. I've been trying to leave now for at least 10, 15 minutes. And, you know, first I ran out of camera, guys. That's why the camera's been off a minute. Been off for about 5 or 6 fish. We just had a big gar or something swirl in here, I thought. And flipped over there where we hadn't got any most of all of the day. And boom, hit a nice crappie. So, having a hard time quitting. That's bad. That's a good bad thing, ain't it? We're actually having a hard time leaving. The box is ridiculously full.
Both of us are hungry.
Yeah, we didn't do any, no breakfast, you know, nothing. This box, I mean, it's leveling off in there.
Yeah, we're about out of water.
Yeah. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for really just paying attention to what we're doing here. It's just too cool. We got Fishing with a Mission, Hooked Up Fishing, and you know we both are putting our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ first, and that's the ticket. Hooked Up Fishing, you know the logo is always stay hooked up with the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And Fishing with a Mission is definitely doing it in a bigger, I guess, format, because he's got scriptures, because he has been called to pastor. And that's just what, you know, it's God's calling, not his, not, you know, and that's the thing. He sit and told me a story of how when he was 7 years old that, you know, fishing this same area, was hit by somebody not paying attention, maybe texting or whatever. And I think for me, I don't know if I remember a helicopter and somebody praying over a child that was hit, but he was that 7-year-old child that they pretty much was calling lifeless. And, you know, 100% healed today because of prayer and because of God's hand. And so we're just enjoying the day, man. And then at the end of the day, you see here, it's just by staying, you know, on it, not giving up, we ended up with some really good footage of some really good fish, some really good action, man. But I'll tell you, I just ran across his channel by somebody sending it to me or something, and had no clue of what he was actually doing, man. And it's just a great thing. Good to come out here and fish with him. Pristine water. It's the upper end where, you know, I was asking him about the conditions of the water. They test this water on a regular basis, and he grew up on it. Been eating these fish in here for 15, 20 years, well, 20 or more years, and catching them in here since he was 7 or before that. So just wanted to bring you guys a little bit about how this all happened, because I just ran across his channel, like I said, and didn't know exactly what he was doing. Just knew that he was catching a bunch of crappie and somebody sent it to me, or however it happened. Didn't know that he said he had already been watching me for years. And you know, God made a way to make it happen to where I ended up reaching out to him. And now we're out here hammering these crappie together. And stay tuned because there's going to be more action. I'm going to bring the kayak out with my live scope and try to find the brush piles that are in this lake, because he said it's a bunch of them when they move away from these beds and stuff that they're on. But it's been an awesome day. I couldn't ask for a better experience. Heck of a fish catching video, man, because I won't call this as a this is a fish catching video. But
Yeah, we did a whole lot of fishing before we started catching them.
yeah, and they were slow today. We learned a lot, you know. The pressure started to drop around noon. You could see the change in the activity on the water, and it got active and we got fish right around that time. So believe me, everything that we have been learning is real. When that pressure's up and not moving, there's not a whole lot going on. But once it started dropping, and it did start dropping around noon, because that's when we started catching them. Right after 12 o'clock, we came over to this area where he had fished earlier and caught 3 fish or 5 fish, and then we killed them. So I'm doing a lot of rambling now. I'll edit it out. I don't care, because this is all real. One thing about this, my fishing is you get what you see. Hooked up fishing on a mission, tearing the fishing up, and also, you know, letting you guys know about keeping your heart in the right place and serving who put you here. You should have a purpose in life. That's what's important, not material things. Find your calling. Obey your calling. We're gonna hit one more spot possibly. Save some camera time. Hey, you know, I had a stowaway. I don't know. Okay, if y'all want to see what's happening, that's what's happening. And this is a slow day, okay? I'm serious. I'm dead serious, y'all. This is a slow day. So, hard hitter hand tie, that orange. Did I tell y'all about orange? Well, guess what? You don't know, you better ask somebody, because it's working.
Golly, this one's super dark.
I found one. Every orange I find, I'm going to give it to you, because I could always tie more, but golly, man. He hit it right by the crest and then held that thing.
Yeah, he did. He's blind in one eye too. That's probably why he's so skinny.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Having a tough time feeding.
Go ahead and get him out of the water.
But you see, you took that, you put that orange back on, and bam.
I tell you, that's one full live well.
Yeah. Big fish out of that corner he just caught.